Man, the last 6 months for Urban Youth Justice have been phenomenal, man. Just mind-blowing. When the COVID hit, it put a dagger into everything. We were still able to get some things done virtually, but very limited. So I would say late September, October, doors were open with some limitations and of course safety precautions. So last 3 months of the year and first 3 months of this year, man, it's just been doors opening up. Team has expanded. I've had a lot of new inquiries of people wanting to join the team, volunteers with powerful stories, artists with great gifts they want to share with the kids.
Hey, come on. My life belongs. Come on, sing it. My life belongs to you. Hallelujah, Father God. Yes, my King. Come on. I love you, Father.
Yeah, we've connected with directors of facilities who said, hey, we want you to come down and bring your ministry, to several facilities across the state. So it's been really great to just travel. We've been traveling more. It's kind of a prayer I had, and God has been answering every prayer. I mean, just doing things even beyond what I even imagined it would be like. And so from going from about 6 months where we were, stuck, to then just the floodgates, just opened up, man, and we've been able to reach hundreds, if not thousands, of kids throughout the state in the past 6 months. From just bringing Bibles, sharing stories, music, meeting some of them on the outside when they come home. It's just been a great thing to be able to bless them and see their response, their reaction to the gospel, and hearing good news after so long of living a life that's full of bad news. So yeah, it's just been a great experience.
You hit the corner, I was like he killed the game. I'm in a different lane, I thank God he helped me change. Big bro, I'm in your corner, I pray that he do the same. I'm in a different lane, I thank God he helped me change. Big bro, I'm in your corner, I pray that he do the same. Growing up, we fuss and fight, but you my dog, I swear we tight. We took some pain, but we aight. Mama ran them streets, I cook your food, make sure you eat. You drop them perms on your teeth. Growing up, we fuss and fight, but you my dog, I swear we tight. We took some pain, but we aight. Mama ran them streets, I cook your food, make sure you eat. You drop them perms on your teeth.
The spiritual part is super important, because if you're not spiritually connected to God, how you going to expect the music to have any kind of power or any kind of transformation? God is not going to work through the music if spiritually you're not intact with the music. Nowadays, what you hear on the radio is a bunch of garbage. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of trash. Just telling our kids to go kill other people and hurt their own family members, and telling these young girls that it's okay to be sleeping with 5, 6, 10 different boys. It's poison. They're just poisoning our kids, man. So because music has power, because there's so much power in music, we use our music to bring that positive change, that positive message, right? Because I believe that God could work through anything, whether it's hip hop, rock and roll, country. It doesn't matter. We can't put limits on how God can work. So when it comes to the music, man, music for us is just a tool.
Talk about song, let's talk about facts. Talk about flow, man, leave it all right. Talk about smoke, you don't want to contact. I say I'm a Christian, you judge me for that. I ain't saying I'm perfect, I'm saying I'm blessed. The only that is wrong, and I'm putting to rest. Bill got a killer, but I say it with my chest. I believe the truth, and I take my life, because I do it for kicking. You know what that's on the scene, but you can get what the scene. So these other things are because I find out you can see. Carry out for the sheep, I'm about to dig, but I'm bringing in the deep. I'm bringing in the deep, boy, bring that deep. You got the cross, so he got for you and me. To give us salvation, we want all the flesh, and we're gonna leave that into
We look forward to expanding further. What we would like to see happen now for the remaining of the year and going forward, the focus is to start establishing local teams, partnering with churches that are within the vicinity of these facilities, and send small teams in there of 2 or 3 that can hold Bible studies and continue the work that we have begun. And so we plant, someone else comes in and water, God increases and does the transformation piece. But yeah, we want to start planting, just like an apostle plants churches. We want to plant teams in different cities across the state that are going to go inside these facilities and continue to build these kids up.
I got Holy Ghost power on my act up. These demons acting crazy on my act up. They got me real mad, gotta act up. Got Holy Ghost fire on my act up. Act up, go ahead and act up. Got Holy Ghost fire on my act up. These demons acting crazy on my act up. Got Holy Ghost fire on my act up. Moment in silence for the old me. Glad the fact I'm not what they told me. I'm just a sinner saved by God's grace. Working towards the day I get to see His face.
We would also love to open up a facility where kids can come and feel safe, and get some tools and practical things, not just spiritual needs met, but practical needs met, and where we can just really focus on development, developing them into leaders. We offer urban youth justice is not just going into the detention centers, but we want to offer life coaching, counseling, and also mentoring. I have certifications, I have a degree in some of this stuff. I have years of experience, and so do several people on my team. So we want to be able to offer that to kids at hourly sessions where the cost is free to them, but it's made possible by the donations, the generous contributors who pour into the ministry, so that we can give to the kids services that they normally would have to pay for, or they would have to get it covered through insurance. We want to be able to give it at no cost to the youth.
I went to a program as a juvenile. I did 8 months. I was supposed to do 6 months, but I got into a little trouble. But by the grace of God, once I became an adult, I've been in and out the county jail, and things that I've done, I know I ain't supposed to be here right now. I know for a fact, God saved me from some of the things that I've done so I can do what I'm doing right now. But I remember I sat in the county for like 44 days on a violation of marijuana for a dirty system. And that's small. But by the grace of God, I ain't go up the road when I know I'm supposed to be on the road.
I have a team, and we do prayer groups on Tuesdays, and accountability is one key factor that is a heavy string with us that we all have to get that grip and keep holding on to, because we're not perfect. We all make mistakes, and we all, still have to go to God with our own issues. But being able to have that calling where you're like, wait, someone else's life is at stake versus your own, then now you're doing it even with a grander effort because someone else is in place. So now you're not, it's not about you anymore, it's about those that are placed in your circle.
Not everybody that tells you they're rooted to God and spiritual are really about that. So that's a really, really sensitive subject. But yes, our doors are open to anyone, whether you're a singer, whether you mime, whether you rap, whether you bake, whatever your God-given talent is, whatever it is that you do, our doors will always be open, and you will always be able to be a part of the team. The only thing that we ask is that, you're being held accountable, you know what I mean? And that you're really, really, really about the mission, because this is not about us. At the end of the day, it's all about the kids. So we don't want to bring the wrong message to the kids, because somebody wasn't spiritually grounded like they should have been, So that's the most important for us.
Standing in the gap for these kids it's a heavy load, because, to walk in there and hear the stories, it's like, oh my God, these kids, all we want to do is love on them, And it's so hard because we can't reach every single one of them individually as far as, if they come out, we're always going to be there. No, because they all live in different places. However, praying and giving them that hope, like, okay, we have that, we want to do that with you. We want to be praying with you. And even technology today is also another resource that we're able to offer to them. So, it's a beautiful thing to know that there's ways where God is allowing these things to manifest, even though, there are circumstances that may hinder that.
Come on.
He can make you too. Just give him a chance, let it do what it do. Let the Holy Spirit. Okay, let
Go on with me one more time. Check. I'm the same old kid from the block. The only thing that changed is the way that I walk. Jesus took the pain when he died on the cross. Gave me peace of mind and renewed my thoughts. I'm the same old kid from the block. The only thing that changed is the way that I walk. Jesus goes fine to the way that I talk. Hey, me at the bottom so I can make it to the top. Hey, I'm the same old kid from the block.
I have a long list of people to thank, and I hope I don't forget anyone, but I definitely, first and foremost, want to thank Tampa Underground, St. Pete Underground. They've been great supporters, spiritually and financially, also allowing us to use the facilities to be able to do some of these recordings. I want to thank some of the churches that have supported me: Grace Life Church in Sarasota, Harbor Community Church in Bradenton, the Resurrection Church in Tampa Heights. Some of these churches we have partnered with, and just several others. There's a lot of pastors who have become friends in different communities who have supported. I have some donors who are giving regularly, monthly. Even some of the people on my team who have said, hey, I really believe in this mission so much that not only do I want to physically be a part of the team, but I want to financially support what you do and what we do. So I want to thank them as well. And just for those who have said, hey, maybe I can't go inside the facilities, maybe it's not my calling, but I could bake cupcakes, or I could donate Bibles, or anything that they've done, packing bags for Christmas time. There's been so many generous women and different people who have done some amazing things that I'm really grateful for, and it really feels like a family, a team, when it all comes together and we're able to see how the kids respond. So thank you all for just your servanthood and your commitment to just being a part of Urban Youth Justice and the mission that God has called us to carry.